Today, I'm gonna go lift with a old trainer buddy of mine. Haven't seen him in a couple years, but it'd be good to catch up, get a lift in, see where God's been meeting him at, and yeah, should be a good day. Just kidding, it's always a good day. See you there. All right, we're at Lifetime Fitness with an old buddy of mine. We're gonna hit some chest and back today. We got Cole Fritz on the show today. All right, Cole, don't let me die.
Nope. So teach yourselves to get comfortable in the stretch position and the shortened position.
Yeah, I like that. That's where I need to get out and work out with different people who know different things, because I get so stuck in my, this is all I know, so this is all I do.
Well, I've been with this group for 2 years.
Yeah.
And probably the healthiest I've been.
Yeah.
Besides the pec tears. It's fun.
Good back and chest day with Cole. It's been a good 10 years since I've seen you. But it's crazy how we can just reconnect and catch up and just jump right back into life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I said that too. While we worked out is like, we can use social media to follow people without having to stay in touch, which is nice.
Still stay connected.
Yeah, loosely.
It's nice. It's nice. All right, man. Well, we just killed back and chest, and I've got a little bit of blood left in my brain for these questions and this little talk. So, but yeah, let's catch up. Let's jump on these things. And so you've been bodybuilding, you've been powerlifting, strongman competitions. At least that's what I know you've been doing.
For mostly coaching on the last two.
Coaching. Oh, okay.
I actually just had a guy a couple weeks back. He took first in his light men's heavyweight for strongman. So
that stuff's so cool.
Yeah.
But seeing you big, I'm like, okay, he's got to do. I know you did some of that, but
I like it. But it's just like every time I do something with it to like compete, I get hurt. So that's why I don't do it as often.
That stuff's crazy. That stuff's crazy. So would you say you're more bodybuilding focused as far as
for in general, because that would be also my main like education system. So like hypertrophy coach Tom Purvis, which is RTS, who he's like the main head for all those smart education guys that are the science-based lifters right now.
Cool.
If anyone says like they like create all this stuff, it's like they generally went to him first and then Tom Purvis, and then they started building their own thing. But it's like all their stuff they generally are taking slash stealing from Tom.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not original ideas from them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, man, it's like, you don't need to fix the wheel.
Yeah.
Like what worked in our own state worked, but now it's like we know more how to be more efficient with things.
It's cool.
So yeah, that's my main thing. It's like, how do we be more efficient with the least amount of stuff, right?
Sweet. Well, I remember meeting you in like our NASM personal training class. It was like a 3-day weekend certification or something like that. But what got you into health and fitness? What got you here, and why do you stick to it? Why do you keep going?
I've been lifting since I was 12, you know, because of sports and stuff. So like kind of just did it. And then like ours was the competition of like getting stronger. And then my buddies gave me their dad's Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding encyclopedia. So I was like, oh, I want to look like this, right? And because like they were moving weight back then, right? The 90s was probably like the best time for like how they looked, but also how they lifted.
Golden era of bodybuilding for sure.
Yeah, so I really liked that. And then went to college, and I was a track athlete for like a semester. And I had a strength coach who told me I need to get certified because I was a meathead. Just like, you don't know anything. I was like, okay. So I got a USAW certification, which is Olympic weightlifting. And that's when like kind of how I got into getting certs in education.
Nice.
And then when I came out here to Denver, I was working at a shoe store as a manager in training. And I was like, my trainer at that time, I kept asking him questions like, dude, you're asking too many questions that are like too smart for most people. So he's like, why don't you just get educated and become a trainer? Because I tell him how much I hated doing the, selling and stuff. So did that. And that's how I got into the certification thing. And then I've been doing this for 10 years. And I've been coaching, people since 2009.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Like, thousands of dollars later with education and then certs and stuff and just time in the field. And it's more of like, I wanted to learn because I love learning about this stuff. But then also too, it's like, as I got better at learning, I was like, oh, I can help other people that were like me growing up or just people that feel lost in this fitness industry, because everything that we have that out there, there's so many contradictory things. And also it's just hard. Like, oh, you got to go do this, but nope, you can't do this because of that. Like, so it's basically trying to clarifying and making a better path for people that's actually like realistic for them and not being an influencers type lifestyle, right? Especially because, if we got kids, you got wives, you got husbands, you got all this other stuff, right? Like it's not my day is set up around my training where not everyone gets to do that. It's got to be set up around family. Family and work, right?
That's cool. Yeah, I've been lifting for like 14 something years, and you still knew stuff that I didn't know. I was like, sweet, that's awesome. No, I love it. All right. So taking care of your body, mind, growth, how has taking care of your body built upon your relationship with Christ? How has that helped your walk with
Well, it's kind of been like backwards. So like when I started coming back into Christ, I was just doing the stuff, the stuff for me, right? So the bodybuilding was all about me. The stuff was all about like, how do I serve myself? How do I make sure that I'm happy versus now where we go back and look, I don't remember the scriptures, but it's talking about like, my closest one is like, we are the temple, right? So if we look in the Old Testament, how the temple was set up, how ornate it was and how it was taken care of, I kind of breaking that down to that aspect of the body doesn't need to be, shouldn't be out of shape just for health reasons. We're also not stewarding our body the way that we're supposed to be stewarding it. But also too, it's like there's nothing wrong with having a nice, strong physique. And so then also it's just more of like how we're taking care of the things that we were given here on earth. So it comes down to that. It's just making sure that I'm taking care of my body, my mind, and my health.
Nice.
And when we do that with our body, everything else generally gets better. But then also to what brought the discipline of lifting and everything has transferred over to my daily prayer life, readings, just being able to stick to a program without having to be like, oh, it's a chore, right? Actually looking forward to it. And then on the days that you don't want to do it, you're like, okay, it still has to be done because I know in the long run, it's going to pay dividends off. So
I've been struggling with that a lot lately, where I just like, I want to sleep in, I want to eat unhealthy. Like I don't want to, but I know it's important. I know it's something that, God's given me my body. I want to value it and take care of it. It's cool. Oh, that's really good. I love that. In what ways have you seen God show up in the gym or in fitness or in health? Like, you got any cool stories?
Yeah, well, I mean, the big story now would be like I tore my pec back in August, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the first time I actually been injured as an athlete, and that really made me wrestle with identity,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, oh, if your identity is in the thing that is not of Christ, you know, specifically God, you know, just having your identity anchored in Him, that stuff gets taken away like that. And it did, right? So because I wasn't able to lift heavy for about 5 to 6 months.
Dang.
And I've never had that in my life where I didn't have the capability to do the things I wanted to do and tell my body to do it. So as a result,
Jeez.
Depression came back. Like we talked, I had suicidal ideations happen up a lot again, and I would have taken my life one week because of that, because I was like, didn't feel like there was any value to me, because I put all my value into my ability to be able to do something. A thing that's going to go away anyway is like age. And so for me, it was more like, okay, how do I anchor myself back into God and just be like, God, you know what? It's not about this. It's about you and making sure that I'm serving the people that you put me in front of and bringing them to you. And that's kind of what helped. So like being able to I was forced to slow down. Kind of like when God wrestled with who's the hip? They were wrestling, broke his hip. What's his name?
Jacob.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
And,
yeah.
you know, and so like he forced him. You know, it was like, hey, like slow down.
Yeah.
There's bigger parts of the story, but
Yeah.
no, and it forced me to slow down and be like, really tie back into my thought process of things and how to interact with God in my prayer life, and you know, seeking Him in this quiet place versus just being like, oh God, thanks for a good lift today. And I was more like, no, God, like thank you for the ability today to actually get up and go to work and being able to not have to get surgery or all these other things, and being able to focus on things outside the gym because of that, because I couldn't focus as in, and it's helped me able to reconnect better with Him.
Nice. That's huge. Yeah, I've struggled with that too, to be able to take God's gifts, like our body, like our health, the things that He gives us, value them, take care of them, but not put them in His place.
Yeah.
Like not separate them. Like, okay, God, I worship my body or my fitness or my health, but be, oh, thank you that I can do this. Let me worship you through it. Oh, and then when it gets taken away, still even worship Him even more. It sounds like you were able to do that, and that's huge.
And it took a lot of time.
Yeah.
But so now we're at the tail end of that, and now it's more of like, okay, how can I use this story to be the next phase of like, hey, God can take you through a lot of things.
Yeah.
The pains and the downs and all this other stuff, so that way when you come back to a place of zero again, or to go back up above where you were before when you got hurt, then you know you can tell people it's like, hey, I was there, and you'll get through this. It's just more of you need to be able to be patient and really seek Him during those times. Versus a lot of people, they'll kind of get turned off and they'll be like, well, this is God's fault. And I was like, well, God wasn't the one pushing the weight, you were. So
that's awesome. That's crazy. Well, dude, I've had a great time.
Yeah,
it's been
same.
awesome lifting with you again. You got anything else you want to put on the show?
Stay strapped or get clapped.
Oh, nice. I've been working on
that's Bible. That's Bible. Always
stay strapped
or get clapped. Yep. Keep your sword on you.
I like that.
So yeah, that's my big one.
Good stuff. Well, if you guys like the things, push the buttons, and God's got you. Take care of yourself, and see you next time. Latest.